What's up, everyone? It's Dusty Gogoat. Welcome back to my headcanon. It is January 19th. Pokemon Legends Arceus has leaked onto the internet. We have access to all of the game files, including all of the new Hisuian Pokemon, their 3D models, their typings, everything. This is your warning. Everything you're about to see is going to spoil the game for you. I think it's a lot of fun, so let's check this out right now. First up, you all know about Hisuian Voltorb. Well, guess what? Hisuian Voltorb evolves into Hisuian Electrode. As you can see, the design truly just flips itself over on its head. So like the wooden part is now the head of Electrode, and it's a really simple design. It actually appears to have less detail. Hisuian Voltorb has this massive eyebrow. Hisuian Electrode does not have anything like that. I think a lot of people expected Hisuian Electrode to have a mustache. There was a lot of cool designs showing Electrode shooting seeds out of its butt to go airborne, and I don't think we're going to get any of that with this design, but it stays consistent from Voltorb to Electrode, and I think this entire line really adds to the lore of Pokeballs, the lore of Voltorb. Yeah, super excited to see this. It's very simple, but let's continue to another Pokemon that we knew would exist, which is the Hisuian evolution for Growlithe. Growlithe is this goofball old man, very weird Pokemon, to be honest. Like, I think it was exciting to see Growlithe get some love, but when it evolves, it truly comes into its own. I think this Arcanine looks amazing. Its entire body, the hair, it looks like a tiger now, so it keeps that reddish color from Growlithe, but its mane is this dark charcoal. So this is a fire and rock type Pokemon. It's got these 3 horns on its head, its ears. I'm so glad its eyes can be seen in this art. I'm really excited to see its 2D official artwork. This is such a cool Pokemon. I'm really excited to see this. I'm sure you all know about Zorua and Zoroark and their new Hisuian forms. Those are right here. Of course, Scyther's evolution, Cleavor, is in this game. Really love this Pokemon. It's a lot different from Scizor, but I'm happy it exists. Again, adding to the lore. So Cleavor, Weirdeer, and Braviary are all in this game, and they all evolve from the traditional Pokemon that we know them to evolve from. There's no Hisuian forms for their Prevos. However, Basculegion does evolve from a Hisuian Basculin. There's really nothing to write home about. It's right here. All we have access to right now is this blue stripe version. You'll actually see, so there's a red Basculegion and a blue Basculegion, but it is interesting that Basculegion has an additional form, and the only game file, the 3D model that we have access to right now for its pre-evolution is the blue Basculin. What's great about all this is that all of the leaks have been real. There is still more to discover from Pokemon Legends Arceus. If you want to stay up to date with the latest rumors, leaks, theories, and speculation, hit that subscribe button to become a member of the herd. Okay, for you Rowlet Heads, Rowlet evolves into Hisuian Decidueye. This is a grass and fighting type Pokemon, and I actually love what they did with its design, but also the color scheme. This Pokemon loses the length, the length of its wings, so those wings get retracted and its legs are now exposed. I think its legs are still pretty much the same length, but this is because it's a fighting type, it's going to be fighting and kicking with its legs. It also is still shrouded in mystery. It's got this hat, which I think resembles some, it's like a straw hat or something like that. So its face is still covered. It's got this red and brown and white, black color scheme. I really like it, and actually its shiny form resembles traditional Decidueye. This is very cool. I really like this Pokemon. I know I've been historically hating on the Rowlet line, but I really like this. Now we can take a look at Hisuian Samurott. This thing does not change as much as maybe we expected it to. Or actually, we did kind of expect this to. There was an artist depiction of what these Pokemon were going to look like because the artist had actually seen they had seen the final forms, and all of these Pokemon actually match up with that pretty well. You'll see that with Samurott and Typhlosion in a minute. Decidueye loses its wings. Samurott is still on all 4 with a massive beard. I love the jagged horn on its head and the extra spikes. I really want to see what its sword looks like. It's gonna retract the sword from its arm sheath, and I really hope it's curved sword. I really hope it looks like a samurai sword, a katana. Moving on to Typhlosion, and I think right here, ladies and gentlemen. I think I'm going to say it. I will be picking Cyndaquil. It's decided. I like Samurott a lot, but I don't think that's what I want. I wanted a bipedal samurai Pokemon. That's fine. Typhlosion looks so cool. Literally cool, calm, and collected. This thing looks like it's had some Earl Grey tea. It's got this dog collar. It's a sleepy boy. Arms get a little bit longer. It's more slender, which is pretty typical and in line with the ghost type Pokemon. Typically get a little bit more slender, as you can see in this image. Its flames have not retracted from its body. I think what is going to happen is this is its stationary position, and then when it goes into battle, it's going to erupt purple flames. I'm really excited to see this Pokemon in action. I think it's going to be a matter of time before we actually get some gameplay footage of these starter Pokemon. I'm really excited. We're not done yet. There are still a ton of Pokemon that have been rumored to exist that actually that are, you know, they're real. I'm looking at them right now. So now maybe we can talk about the legendary Pokemon. You know what? No, I'm gonna save the legendary Pokemon. It's crazy. It is crazy what these Pokemon look like. I'm gonna save that for the end of the video. So just hold tight. We'll save that as a grand finale. Hisuian Quill Fish was hinted at in BDSP in the Canalava library with some text in one of the books, and the Riddler had also, you know, it is now confirmed that we have a Hisuian Quill Fish. It's going to be poison and dark type, not a water type, which is actually kind of cool. A lot of fish type Pokemon are just default water type. I like that this is going to be something that lives in the water, but it's going to be dark and a poison type. And the thing is, Quillfish finally evolves into this underwater landmine looking Pokemon. Its spikes just extend out of its body. It's a wild Pokemon. I think it's gonna I think the spikes will retract into its body when at some point in battle. But it's not my favorite at the moment. But what is my favorite is this new Sneasel is so cool. All white. It's got a purple face, purple claws, a lavender feather, ear, whatever that thing is on its head. This Sneasel looks so cool. And the leaks were true. This evolves into another Pokemon. It's a Hisuian evolution. It's not Weavile. This thing pretty much looks like Sneasel, but it's a lot longer. It's got these sharp claws. I think its claws are like black and red. It's got spikes for climbing. This Pokemon is so cool. I really think this is going to be on my team. You guys remember when Riddler Koo said that Hisuian Lilligant is gonna look like Lady Gaga? This new Lilligant sheds all of its petals. Its flower crown gets a lot smaller. This is gonna be a grass and fighting type Pokemon. I think it's gonna kick a lot, and I think it's gonna spin and use those petals to just punch at its opponent. A really cool design. A little underwhelming. I think we all thought this thing was going to be a little bit more burly, but we'll see how this thing works in the game. You know, I do like grass types. Maybe I'll use this in my playthrough. We got a couple more designs to go over. Hisuian Avalog has been confirmed. I did a rendition based on Eclipse's hint. We had flipped Avalog on its head to essentially resemble the peak of a snowy mountaintop. This thing is still, it still has a flat top, but it is a ice and rock type. And it's got some weird stuff on its face. I don't really know what that is. I'm curious to see how that is, or what that is, and how that's gonna play out or look in battle in this game. I'm happy to see that Avalog is getting some attention. That's Generation 6. It's a Generation 6 Pokemon. But it doesn't end there. Another Generation 6 Pokemon, Goomy. The Goomy line evolves into a dragon type, evolves into a dragon in steel type Slagoo, and then again into a dragon steel type Goodra. This is essentially the goopy slug dragon reclaiming or returning into its shell. So its shell is now a steel type. It's protective. It's going to be more defensive. The design of the Pokemon within the shell does not change really at all, which I think makes sense. Slugs and snails are essentially, I mean, they look the same to me. They look identical, except one is in a shell. And that's what this design really does. I'm just happy that Goodra is getting some attention. This thing is going to be a really fun Pokemon to use in battle competitively. I think I'm going to have Goodra on my team if I can get it, you know, early enough in the game. That is really cool. We've got one more Pokemon before we dip our toes into the legendary speculation, we've got a Hisuian evolution for Ursaring. I think this is one of my favorite designs of all time. It's just a bear Pokemon, but the level of detail is really cool. It's simple, but it has detail as well. Teddiursa and Ursaring have always had design elements in relation to the moon, and I think this design carries that through. This Ursaring is going to be a normal in ground type. And essentially, the Pokemon grows so big and so fierce that it now is forced to go on all fours. And what's really cool is that instead of the moon pattern being on its chest, the moon pattern is on its forehead, and I love this right here. The whole Pokemon gets a lot darker, which is cool. It reminds me of like a grizzly bear, but the moon pattern on its forehead gets covered by its gray eyebrows, and this pattern resembles the clouds covering a full moon on a bright full moon night. I cannot wait to use this Pokemon. You've seen how fierce Ursaring is in all of the trailers and all of the lead up for Pokemon Legends Arceus. This Pokemon is gonna be crazy. This is definitely on my team. And now we've got 4 legendary Pokemon to go over. I don't know which one to go. Let's do, okay. So in Generation 5, there's the Forces of Nature, the Genie Trio, and each of these Pokemon got a secondary form. Now we have a Master, a 4th addition to the trio. This is going to be a fairy and flying type Pokemon, a very weird design to me. So it does have some very specific design elements that align with the other genies, but I think to me it looks like Medusa. It's got this snake tail rather than the tail just hanging out. The tail is a snake and it wraps around its neck, around its shoulders, and this thing looks fierce. When it evolves, it becomes this turtle-like creature, and it keeps the snake tail. I can't wait to see what this thing looks like with its 2D art, its official art representation. This is a cool Pokemon. It's very weird, and I think it's going to take some time for me to get used to it, but I think it fits nicely with the other genies. Last but not least, we've got Origin Form Dialga and Palkia. I wish I could show you the full design of these Pokemon. They essentially have design elements that match Arceus, and Arceus was in the data mine, but there was no origin form for Arceus. I think there's going to be some crazy stuff going on where these are essentially original forms of these Pokemon, and maybe they give their power, they fuse their power together to create Arceus. It's going to be something like that. I really don't know how this is all going to work, but when you go on Twitter, go wherever you need to go to see these images if you want to see the full images, and you'll see that Dialga basically has the arc around its waist, just like Arceus does. And both of these Pokemon no longer look like dragons. Now what they look like, they're essentially horses or something like that. The pearl and diamond element in both of them are so weird. Literally crazy Pokemon. I want you all to see these designs. I'll leave a link in the description for you guys to access the Discord. Can't wait to hear all your thoughts on all of this. If you want to support the channel, hit the join button below to become a Dusty Gogoat Channel Member. You'll get access to exclusive videos and a whole bunch of other perks. How much fun is this? This is so much fun. It feels like Christmas Day. Thank you guys so much for watching, and good luck hunting.